as some of you may remember, Ike would plunge into a crowd of GIs and shake hands and ask where their hometown was. And he said, "Is there anybody here from Kansas?" Well, Corporal Jorgensen held up his hand and said, I'm from Kansas." "Well, where, son?" "And I'm from Abilene." And Ike said, "Abilene? Well, hey, come with me, we'll go have breakfast on the train." And Corporal Jorgensen said, "Sir, I don't think they'll let us have breakfast on the train." Well, of course, he had his own car, staff car, and they had very good breakfast. So he sat there and had breakfast with the future president, current Supreme Commander of the United States. And it's a wonderful little story, and it tells a lot about public history as well as about Bill Jorgensen's private history. It tells something about the character of the President of the United States, that he was, in many ways a common man. And we all have little stories like that in us. The 25 or so of you today, I know, have stories like that. And whether they involve a public figure or not doesn't really matter. But, I don't have stories. I once heard Kennedy speak, and I ran up to shake his hand and was deflected by a group of Hungarian students who wanted to know, why aren't we helping, the revolution in Hungary. This was just before Kennedy was elected. And I was going to shake his hand, and I got deflected, as I said, and I think he looked at me. That was my big moment. I said, "Oh, there's Charlie Kempner. I want to ask him about what to do." It didn't happen. So, what about you, John? What do those gestures mean, John? But all of us have had stuff like that happen in our life. One of the lists you might make, I ask you to make lists of potential prompts, because from now on you're going to write every day, I hope. Another thing to list, the easiest, maybe put this at the top of the list, stories you tell your friends. I wrote the book, Stories I Tell My Friends. What are the stories that on every occasion you bring out and tell? I'm going to tell one more quickie, and then I'll let things take a different course. Ellsworth T. Garrett's. Remember him? He was the registrar and director of admissions at K-State. In 1959, I got out of the Navy, and one of the first all-university lectures I went to was over in Nichols, was it? And it was about what it means to be a university. Some of you remember that day when K-State, Kansas State College, became Kansas State University.
Yes.
And a man from NYU, Carroll Newsom, PhD, president of New York University, came out and told us what it meant. They had this 5,000 students crammed in the auditorium. Dr. Newsom talking, very solemn time. We were all rapt and eager to hear. And in the middle of his talk, is anyone there that night? Ellsworth T. Garrett's was. And I talked to him one time at a party many years later, and I said, "Dr. Garrett's, I'm going to tell a story you may remember. Tell me if I'm telling it right." And what happened was there was a little ding or something, and a roll of paper mache paper, a streamer, came down and unfurled, and there was a bra, a lady's brassiere, tied to the end of it, and it unfurled, and then another little streamer came out from that, and it said, "Coffee break." By this time, the audience, everybody's tittering, and Dr. Newsom, who was a good sport, looked up and saw it and laughed and said something about, "Well, boys will be boys." Probably a bunch of engineers, the same guys who edited Intake and Exhaust. Remember that illustrious publication? And the talk went on. But I told that talk from memory, I didn't go to the party. It was some church group, actually. I didn't go to the party with thinking, I'm going to see Ellsworth Garrett's here and I'm going to tell him this story. It just came out, popped, little door opened in my head, and I rolled it out. And I said, "Is that the way it happened?" And I was thinking that he would correct me at points A, B, C, and D. He said, "Charlie, that's just the way it happened. I was there too." And so trust your memory. I guess that's what do we have any other, if you don't ask questions.
Charlie?
Yes.
You want to announce that?
Yeah.
We're killing a
Yeah, I guess they're bringing
for the food.
There's the food. So with that, you have also in your folder this sheet with contact information and an evaluation. If you would fill out the top part now, and if you put your email, I think all genealogists use email, if you would print it very carefully, so, and write legibly, so we can copy that into our files. Then we will send you the free newsletter, which you have a sample copy of. We will send it to you via email in PDF form. And it's kind of an ongoing workshop in this kind of writing, examples, essays about how to do this stuff, and I think you'll like it. So if you would put that in, that would be great. And then June we can work, we're going to take is it an hour break or a half-hour break? Or break, it's a working thing. Well, June we didn't come here primarily to sell books, but we have a few books, just happened. And this costs $20. And this is the book that I wrote that helps people do the writing. And it's based on the idea that if you write 28 days, on the 29th day you will write from habit. And so the subtitle is 28 Days to Writing More or Less Happily for the Rest of Your Life. And if you do that, consider that, pardon me?
20. Yeah, that's 20 and the other one's 20.
If you
And
write 500 words every day for a year, you will have 186,500 words at the end of the year, the equivalent of 3 very sizable books.
Wow.
Just think of it, how things accumulate. And there you go. So we got
And
that book and the other book too.
I can take credit cards, cash, or checks.
Cool.
Now watch her, she's a real sharpster, so be careful. Anyway, we're going to break for lunch. Is it time?